Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. This is a Salem by Night 18 and up venue. If you are not of at least the age of 18, Kiera, please stop watching. So, we will start as the Monarchs have filed into the room. They've taken their seats. The Queen of Summer has taken the middle seat, with other monarchs and leaders involved around her, others of the court that are not in a leadership or advisor, at least, position, are sitting in the pews watching, and those who are not in those positions are not allowed inside. We'll begin with Lucio being called to stand before the other monarchs.
Yeah, he'll basically approach. He looks tired. Like he just looks so done with everyone ever.
Red has actually taken her red hood down for this. All you can feel is the heat of summer coming off of her. When she moves her hands, you smell hot, dry air and cracking sounds like sticks in a fire pit. She looks over at him and he goes, "Are you now sober enough to make your case, Mr. Vargas?"
Let's see.
So we will begin with the first of your allegations. The act of murder will be the first crime we deal with on this list of charges.
He grits his jaw.
You know which crimes you were present in?
See.
Was it your hand that dirtied itself with the sin?
He just grits his teeth tighter.
I do not hear an answer, Mr. Vargas.
Yes.
Thank you. She'll kind of glance over to the other monarchs. Did you bring chaos into this freehold?
Are you actually going to ask the Spring King if he brought chaos to the court?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Of course I did.
Answer.
Yes, I did.
The Spring Queen has put her face in her hand now, by the way.
Look, your fucking kangaroo court is driving me crazy. I'm sorry for what I did. Sincerely.
Are you?
I lost control of my desire, okay? I know that. And I did things I'm not proud of. I did things I'm ashamed of. I did things I know I can never be forgiven for. Or even if I am forgiven for it, they won't be forgotten. But I can't keep doing this to myself. I can't live like this.
How long have you been sober now?
Fuck. 96 days. I can tell you down to the minute how long I've been sober, okay?
She grins. She goes, "Perhaps we can make a lenient sentence since you're so apologetic. Would you like to hear my compromise of punishment for you?"
Listen, all I want to do is just get back to my duties.
You will. Trust me, you will. My compromise is this. You will continue to be mayor and Spring King, but will no longer be allowed to act without the vote of your fellow monarch, motioning to the Spring Queen. Any decisions you make, you and one other that I'm about to introduce, must all be in agreement. That way your chaos is balanced out. Your desire does not become too powerful. Would you like to meet the other person?
He'll, like, wave his hand, like, fine.
Mr. Claudio, you can come in now.
Oh, he looks like he's gonna scream, fucking just so mad. And Claudio comes in and sits down with a soft smile on his face.
I am appointing Claudio a position of the Spring Court. Whatever title you wish to give it will be between you and the Queen to decide. But he will have equal say in what happens with the court between you and the Queen's decisions. Think of him as a mediator or advisor.
Oh, fuck you, Claudio Donati, I swear to God.
Mr. Vargas, if your chaos and desire ever get out of hand again, you'll be beneath my blade.
He just just gives Claudio the biggest death look.
Make your seat.
Smiles at him.
The Spring Queen is like trying to pull him to his chair now.
He'll sit down. Oh, he's really mad though.
Next in session, King of Autumn, one of your quarter's guardian and new foster mother, is here to present herself to us and join the fruit fold.
He'll snort and nod. Like not like a wolf. He doesn't snort like fuck this bitch.
Will a Miss Rose Black please stand and present herself before us?
And yeah, she will stand before the court, before the monarchs, with a certain air of confidence, not overly so, but she doesn't appear to be timid.
So, fucking phone. May I ask, any college experience? I see you do a lot of community work. She's looking at a file as she talks.
She takes a bit of a breath. No, I've not attended any college.
Have you ever had children before?
Of my own? No.
How many not of your own have you taken care of? And are they success stories? Or she looks at Lucia before she says the next part. Or faltering in their way?
He just spreads his hands like, why you gotta do that to me?
She's very angry with Lucia right now for our viewers.
Donati smirks like, fuck you.
I have aided in the care of a few children, and as far as I know, they are still doing very well for themselves.
Do you feel you are mentally, emotionally, and physically prepared to deal with an oracle child?
Yes, I believe I am.
She looks at Nikolai. They are both of your court. The final say is yours. I say give her a chance, though.
Tilts his head. And he'll look at Rose. What are you most afraid of?
Oh, God.
She thinks about that for a moment. Most afraid of?
I'm not interested in some, he'll air quote, right answer. I don't care what you think I want to hear. I want to know what your greatest fear is. You can whisper it to me.
Yeah, he gets the feeling that she doesn't really want to admit it in front of the entirety of every single monarch in Salem.
Get up. Again, he looms when he gets up because he's much taller than most people think he is.
Oh.
He'll come over to the to the bar, and he'll kind of rest his arms on it, and he'll lean over.
Yeah, she'll whisper in his ear, loneliness.
Oh, it's like he's hearing her, and he hears a sincerity in her voice, and he'll nod. I'll sit back down.
The Dusk Queen, by the way, has taken note of this and seems genuinely interested in their movements. I'm only pointing that out because you both would have noticed because she's not hiding it at all.
How could you? No.
Yeah, Rose just kind of like makes a note of that. As autumn is almost as secretive as winter is, so it's like
Red will close her folder file and she goes, "School is starting soon. When do you plan to enroll her?"
as soon as I have the legal bearing to do so.
Well, she looks at Claudio and Lucio. You two are mayor right now. Finish her paperwork. I give her 3-month trial. If she passes, then it will be permanent.
Lucio looks at her and goes, woof, woof, woof. As if to say, am I a fucking dog?
I need you to make a dex roll. I need you to make a dex roll for Lucio.
Just do it. Just do it.
Great Queen reaches up and smacks Lucio upside the head. Doesn't say anything, even takes back her calm demeanor of position with hands on lap beside Claudio.
Rose stands there with a little bit of a smirk. Like, wow.
Doghouse, anyone?
Well, if you're going to put me here, I'm going to live here. He says just with kind of a snap.
Right.
He looks at Lucio and says, I can't wait for our checkup meeting in 1 month, Mr. Rogers. Oh, did I forget to mention, as you're in recovery and punishment, each meeting will be done under the ruling monarch.
Oh, he looks at okay, so his jaw goes a little fucking tight because he knows the fact that summer's coming to an end. So he looks over at Nikolai like, I'm gonna shut the fuck up now.
Yes.
Nikolai just looks over at him. No fucking expression change. No nothing. He doesn't do a damn thing. He just looks at him. And he swallows and kind of sits down a little bit deeper.
Is there anything else we wish? Oh, yes, we have a new face. Another one. Miss Rose, is there any petitions you wish before we move on to the next new face?
She thinks for a moment and, well, there is, something of I was wondering if there was any buildings available in the city to turn into a care facility for children.
Yes, there is. Lucio will finally fucking do his job.
Mr. Lucio owns a great deal many of the city's buildings, as well as Mr. Nikolai. They are very good at collecting real estate, and I'm sure could help you. If they refuse, I can always offer you one of mine, but the only public building I own is the school.
Lucio will just shake his head and say, I will help her with this.
Well, thank you, Vargas.
King Vargas, thank you. He says.
She will nod and give him a gratuitous smile.
So
you made Claudio Donati my fucking consort, okay?
She looks at Claudio. I'm sorry. Is that the title you agreed upon?
Claudio smiles and looks at her. Like, of course. Of course it is. How could you even question this?
Very well. The Spring Queen must be so pleased to have two beautiful figures on her side.
Claudio will look at her and say, I believe, though not relevant to the court, the Spring Queen would find herself rather displeased with me in that regards.
The Spring Queen's just smirking at all of this. Red just nods. I believe we will introduce the next new person, and then we will have these two new people take the freehold pledge.
So, as if you didn't quite realize he had been there the entire time. He just sort of waves.
She'll look at him.
He's in the Winter King seat.
The one that's sitting empty. The Winter Queen.
It was empty. You're fairly sure it was empty, but you're not sure now.
Emem looks at him. Adam, can I help you?
I think that's actually what I'm here for. He'll say softly.
I guess he's one of mine then.
Darling, I'm the king, he'll say.
She'll look at him with her ice crown still formed. Who do you think is Winter Queen here?
You. And I respect that.
She nods. Antonin, do you know this new man?
Yeah. Anthony raises his brows and shakes his head no.
Welcome to Salem. Until you take the pledge, please stand beside Rose. You may have your seat back when you're done.
He'll get up and walk over to it. He moves very gracefully and elegantly, almost like a glide, like a little ghost. No,
the Red Queen mutters something about winter and shakes her head.
They notice, by the way, that he has splatters of paint on his hand.
So are you two ready?
I will nod.
Rose will nod.
Will each monarch please proceed with the bloodletting for this?
He proceeds.
Each monarch also will, I'm sure Lucio understands this also because I forgot how to describe that. They put their glamour with the blood into a bowl, blend it together, and you speak a word of vow of serving the freehold, never bringing danger to it, never breaking the commonhold laws, do not break the truce between the changelings and mages, etc. I will write a full pledge later. I have an outline, it's just not done. And after that, the Red Queen will then burn the bowl until all the blood is boiled out and just the glamour residue is left. The bowl is then placed inside a vault behind the thrones, as we will refer to them, but we all know what they are. And she will then proceed to sit down and go, I would also, as current ruler of Salem, like to issue a warning. The next person, whoever it is, whether one of ours or not, to target a child and take them, leaving nothing but blood and scratch marks at the last place seen, will be getting worse than my sword to their neck. Children are off limits. Capiche? She's looking at every single member, not only monarchs.
Yeah, Rose goes wide-eyed. Like, whoa, okay.
Hello, welcome. It's summer.
Great.
Everybody loves a summer queen. till her
Tom
husband.
Tom will go and sit back in his spot.
Emim will nod approvingly, and Tonan's probably standing behind her, I assume.
Oh,
Lucio would probably notice one of his quarters is standing behind Winter. The Dusk Queen nods in agreement and mutters, yes, children are off limits. The West courts say they only take children on, not against their will. If a child wants to train with them, that's fine, but they never send a child into combat anyway. They have to be at least 16 before they're sent. All eyes kind of turn to Lucio at that point.
oh my God! He just his head. She was waiting for it.
Amaya kind of goes, well, we do know how Alexander, the original king, was. Are you sure you're not going like him, dear king, Spring King?
Right.
Every monarch's giving shade to Lucio right now.
Of course, I will abide by this.
They look to Claudio before believing Lucio.
He'll smile and say, I'll help keep him in line.
Okay. So, with that, announcements, meetings are over. The monarchs are starting to mingle regularly. Red seems to be leaving, though. She does not stay to mingle, but being the current ruling season, you assume she's busy. Amaya seems to be talking to everyone equally, even though she's Dusk Court. Emim is getting to know Tom. Rose Morgan has stood up from her pew and joined you to speak with people. So, whatever you wish to do.
Yeah, Lucio gets the absolute fuck out of there.
Spring Queen does follow him, by the way.
And
I'm sure
Tom is there and Donati is there. No, Donati will stay.
Okay. Rosuga, so do I call you dad too? Behind Claudio. She says it laughing. Rosuga, not Rose.
Huh?
Claudio, I have to find his overlay, but Claudio will actually smile and turn and look at them.
Spring Mantilla 4.
Yup! All of Lucci's fucking spring mantle.
Like when she laughs, it looks like cherry blossom petals are falling out of her hair and stuff. And she's like, hi, I'm the queen's daughter. And I guess Lucy's too. Who knows? Too many foster parents in Spring Court.
Smile. Takes a village, huh?
In Spring, takes a village and then some. Have you met King Lucio's birth daughter?
I am quite familiar with the Vargos family.
Good luck, is all she says to Claudio. If you need help finding anything, let me know.
I'm quite familiar with the city, thank you.
Okay.
I
She
appreciate
keeps
it.
checking Tom out, by the way.
Tom
God.
is playing with the cat's cradle.
God, what I would do to that man, is all she mutters and walks off.
Jesus. And he'll smile to Rose.
Rose will smile back.
Hello, Miss Black.
11-year-old Morgan's like walking around watching everyone socialize like a little creeper she is.
Yeah, he'll say to Rose, hello, Miss Black.
Hello, Mr. Donati. I'll hold her hand out to shake it.
I'll shake it. I will make sure that Lucio, obviously, helps you to find the right building for what you wish. Are you looking for someplace with beds or just a day center?
Beds. We have several lost children with nowhere to live.
how many? And what capacity do you want to?
Morgan tugs on Rose's side.
I'll smile down at Morgan.
I'll put her overlay up in a minute, but she's a bright one oracle. That much would be obvious to Claudio, and she's Autumn Court. She goes, there's 28 children total, and goes back to wandering around.
Thank you, Morgan.
What is
I was going to say around 20.
What is the maximum capacity that you would like to be able to take in? Obviously, as much as we would love the number to be infinite, shrug.
Right. Well, I say I do have one other person helping. We could get maybe one more. We could probably easily take in maybe 50.
Hold on. And are you doing this for industry or charity?
Charity.
So you don't want an institution, more of a home. Got it.
Yes. Exactly. I don't want to call it an orphanage. That just sounds really outdated, but it's a home for children that have nowhere else to go.
Hold on. He pulls out like a little notepad, jots down a couple of notes. A boarding school.
Yes.
I'll smile. This is New England. I'm absolutely sure that there is some overly haunted and completely. He'll waggle his hand halfway, abandoned in boarding school somewhere. Facility. That's the word I'm looking for. Facility. I'm sorry. Whenever Claudio Donati, or whenever Lucio gets around me, I stroke out.
She chuckles and smiles.
We're gonna pop open a bottle and take a pill.
She kind of tilts her head a little bit.
High blood pressure meds.
I'll nod.
I'll take out a water bottle and sip. That man gave me a heart attack once.
Literally?
Yes.
Wow.
Morgan
so badly in New York. I had a heart attack.
By again, and you'll be getting another one from him.
Ow! I had a bypass. There's nothing else that's clogged. Don't make me stroke out, I swear to God.
She's an oracle.
Let me be careful.
She nods.
Hashtag Lucio does it to all.
Hashtag Lucio, worse than smoking.
Hashtag Lucio is a heart attack.
The walking embodiment of a fucking heart attack, Lucio Vargas. What I want to be a fly on the wall of is Detective Black when he finds out that Lucio has been reinstated as mayor. Any relation, by the way? Are you related to him?
Not that I'm aware of, no. I chose the name when I returned from Arcadia.
I chose to keep mine because Claudio Donati sounds so elegant.
It does. My birth name is... She kind of does a hand waggle, like, no. Yeah, exactly.
So the Spring Queen returned, by the way, and has taken a seat and has quite a few people of all courts talking to her.
I'll look over at her. He smiles and looks back at Rose.
To Claudio that everyone here respects her more than Lucio for Spring Court right now.
That's not even a fucking question. He'll smile back at Rose. One day, that woman may realize that she has nowhere to go with me.
Oh.
No, she flirts shamelessly and deeply with me.
She nods.
Morgan walks by again. The question is, you have nowhere to go with her.
I'm gay. He'll just spread his hands as if to say, what? I've literally never been anywhere with any woman. He'll shake his head and look back at Rose.
She smiles and nods. Yeah, that would make it a little bit difficult for her to get anywhere with you.
Just puts two fingers as close as possible as he can without touching. I'm also currently on a celibacy streak. I want to see how long I can go. It's been 3 months so far. Aren't you proud of me?
Very. Yes.
I love your approval. Here, scratch me behind the ear. He'll lean in.
She absolutely does.
He just beams. He's like, approval. God knows my scar ass needs it. I've gotten as absolutely close to being the Spring King of this city as I can. I'm so happy where I'm sitting right now.
Someone you're not sure who she is, but she does look like a spring quarter. She also looks like some creepy ass mannequin stuffed full of leaves and sewn together, like a Sally doll from the Nightmare Before Christmas almost.
Lord, put that bitch's overlay up. I love her.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, I had sex. Oh God, Steven, fuck. I've been paying so much attention to you two, I fucking ignored Steven. That's love right there.
Goes, so basically you're going to be like the first king and not get anywhere with the queen, or be like Lucio and strike out.
Yes. I just nods heartily.
She does like this creepy ass little giggle. And she goes, well, I'll give you a little clue. Our queen likes Chardonnay. She likes long conversations. She will talk to you while in the bubble bath, but don't expect her to touch you if she's not known you for at least 5 years.
What point did I stutter? Just shake his head.
She's smiling and just giggling more.
Rose, will you marry me? Just to keep me safe. He'll hold his hand out. Come here.
Sure.
You're not the queen's type. Rose here is closer to the queen's type than you.
Hey, touch my wife. He'll put his arm around her waist and pull her in.
As consort of my court, she's just looking Claudio up and down. I need a tiny bit of help.
What do you need? He'll nuzzle her. Nuzzling Rose, like, this is mine now.
Yep, she wraps her arm around him like, all right, this is my life now. I'm good with it.
Someone vouch for me as my alibi.
For what?
I do.
Detective Black caught me doing my job for the spring court again.
Oh, God. Okay, fine. Wait, let me make sure we're talking about the right thing. Was this drug dealing, prostitution, or kidnapping? What?
I'm a sage escort.
You're a sage escort, but that doesn't mean the sage escorts don't whore themselves out to other people looking over at Antonine.
Shade!
And Anthony just spreads his hands like, and fuck you, I married the Winter Queen.
She smiles and she goes, no, my sage escort skills are masseuse boys. And she'll like run one hand up and stop like right at the waist of Rose and go, strictly for autumn quarters.
Oh my.
He growls at her and pulls Rose closer.
By the way, Morgan walks by and goes, oh, look, it's the spring little leaf that rejected Lucio, and walk off laughing.
It was so priceless. Lucio says. Or not Lucio, Claudio says. The look on his face. Oh God, I would tattoo it on my forehead if it wasn't so gauche.
I can't think of a member that hasn't upset Lucio just by saying no.
No. You really want to know how you upset Lucio? So, like his sparkle in his fucking eyes.
Rose looks at him like, ow.
Someday.
Just walk up to him and say immigration.
She screams.
The sad part of the you see her pull out a cell phone, and
because she so wants to do it too.
hold on a moment. The girl starts dialing a number and puts it on speaker, and it says Vargas bitch across the caller ID.
Oh my God, yes, she'll answer. What?
Immigration is all she says.
Oh my God, I got married! I had an angel baby! What the fuck?
Die.
No, could you pass that on to your brother, dear?
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. And she'll hang up.
It's always good to have a flesh eater under your belt. I mean, lovely lady.
So about 5 minutes later, they'll get a video of Lucio screaming his fucking ass off about INS and fucking Trump and how he just needs to build the wall and throw his ass over because fuck you, he's done with all y'all. And he's gonna go ride his horses.
That's amazing. Rose, yes, is everything. She's like, this is everything. This is awesome.
By the way, Tom has gotten Morgan's entertainment with the cat's cradle.
Oh.
Yeah, he's actually really, really good with it. Like he's very good at weaving it and things like that. Lucio Canati, by the way, will let go of Rose. And he'll smile at her.
She'll smile back.
The escortess pulled Rose into an embrace, and she goes, once you have been touched by a crisp leaf of spring, nothing else will satisfy you.
Oh my.
I'm imagining Claudia with one of those paddle boards that from the old days now.
Nah, he bites his lip and he looks away.
Rose tilts her head.
The Red Queen yells, no seducing in the court.
If you don't mind, I have duties, he'll air quote, to attend to. Thank you, dears. And he'll kiss Rose's hand, Miss Black.
She nods. She'll, before he goes, she will hand him a card with her number on it.
He'll look at her and smile and say, I already have it.
Oh, well, okay then. Fine.
Chuckle.
She, the spring quarter has let Rose go. She goes, can't be too safe around the men of this city, winking at Rose and walking off.
So Rose just kind of shakes her head and is like, why does this always happen to me? Fuck. Like,
Tom's totally got a kid like practically like an inch from the cat's cradle now.
yeah, so Rose turns her attention to her child.
He'll tell her to spread her hands out, and he'll start doing it with her.
Oh God, yeah, no, she knows how to do it, but she's a little more clumsy with it than Tom. She'll look back, she's like, holds it up so Rose can see.
Rose smiles and nods like very
Tom
good.
will look at her, by the way, and say, I'm gay. I am really gay. That man's not gay. I've been married for quite some time.
Too bad he's gonna have a stroke with his job. Is all she says and keeps weaving the cat's cradle.
So Rose looks at Tom. Okay.
You couldn't tell he was attracted to you, could you? No.
He
No,
said
not
that
really. Nope.
She bites her lip.
In front of a woman who considers people to be conquest? He'll kind of look over at the Spring Queen. And he'll raise his brows like, duh.
Morgan looks up over at the Spring Queen while listening. She's like, she's not like that. You
No.
just have to actually get to know her.
He'll put a finger against her lips. Shh.
She bites it.
He'll lightly pop her cheek.
I don't like him anymore. He's weird.
Not weird. You're a child.
And he's cold like a mim. He keeps walking.
Are you saying you don't like him in? Oh. He shakes his head, looks back to Rose.
Rose is now kind of like, I wouldn't say she's in shock, but she's definitely thinking.
AKA, poor Morgan does not know how to handle people talking shit about the few people who are nice to her.
Right. She puts a hand on Morgan's shoulder and gives it a little squeeze. Okay. Unfortunately, not everybody likes everybody. You have to deal with hearing less than nice things about people you like sometimes. I'm very sure that once I get going in this city, there will be things like that said about me.
I doubt that. Because as the guys at the pub where I go to get cheeseburgers, but you have a nice set. And a lot of people say that when they think I'm not listening. I don't know what that fully means, but I'm assuming it's like, and she like gestures at her own developing body. That.
She nods. She actually did scream as I did. Like, oh my god.
She smiles at her. You'll be fine.
Thank you.
At least
Morgan.
you're not having guys tell you to show a little cleavage like they do Miss Dawn.
But they know I'll punch him in the fucking face.
That's
then she covers her mouth.
Miss Dawn.
Then she covers her mouth and is like, oh, damn, it's a child.
Yeah, she's like wandered off now.
Oh, okay. Like, oh, good.
She's literally just making rounds talking to random people in the room that seem to know her.
Rose is gonna sit in a nearby chair and just kind of flop there. Like, oh my god.
Topple smile.
She will smile back to him.
One thing you're going to realize about this city, I've been here for a while actually watching from the shadows, is that the people here, one, have no subtlety whatsoever. And two, have a very twisted sense of morals. They often have to hide what they actually think or feel in order to protect themselves. And no one, of course, is ever wrong.
Right.
Everyone is perfect and right, although we're all bent terribly out of shape.
Kind of furrows her brow a little bit. He can tell that she actually doesn't think that way.
Donati is used to being hurt and used and played. He had a wife. And she hurt him very badly.
Brown.
And he mourns for the loss of what was, and so he erases her out of his story. So he's always been gay. Naturally.
She nods.
And he makes a little heart with his cat's cradle, playfully.
She smiles. I do want to get to.
I don't feel like digging out her overlay right now. A very weird feeling type changeling is entered, by the way. Like, it feels both of winter and spring.
Interesting.
Tom will smile. That is Lucio Vargas's ex-wife.
Oh my.
He abused her very heavily. Broke her arm when she was pregnant. Almost slit her throat.
Oh my god.
Well, Lucio Vargas is a very broken man. Hopefully now, being given a second chance, he can try to. To be honest, half the time I don't know how he doesn't end up in my court.
Because we all know what happens if he fails a second try.
Right.
You will notice, though, she greets everyone politely. She goes, everybody of every court seems to right now treat her with more respect. Like, almost like she's almost a duchess or a monarch herself. And she goes to talk to Nikolai.
He'll quietly Nikolai pulls her into very engaged conversation.
Yeah, like, he's mainly giving him files right now and stuff.
She notices that of all the people, like, she's one of the people Nikolai has let come into his personal space and doesn't intimidate her. But Tom will lean over and say, "That's Lynn. I think Lynn Harlow. She took her new husband's name. She's married to Keegan Harlow, the deputy mayor."
Escort over a winter court escort, by the way, and whispers, she also founded this freehold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just become winter queen. Instead, she let Emem take it.
Tom will nod.
My.
She doesn't have the charisma?
I would say urge. I've seen her be very charismatic. She just doesn't want to be a leader. She wants to help people.
Tom does something that is so adorable. He starts humming. He's humming.
Oh God. I forgot the cartoon she was based on.
He's humming the Cinderella theme song.
Nice. Gross grins.
And she did find a Prince Charming. She was so in love with him. His name was Laughing Sam. He paid her no attention the night he thought he was going to die. And then his excuse was, yeah, I'm about to die. Now you're worthy of attention. Horrible Prince Charming.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Then
happy, even though Keegan doesn't come to see me anymore, that he's married her. They're a good fit.
Tom will nod.
Oh, that's good.
There's someone that you might want to ingratiate yourself with in town.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Father Dom, the head of the church.
Met him. So I met him the other day. The day that I met Morgan.
Get to know him better. He's quite involved with the charity efforts. He's in Sorcel, but
He'll nod. Of course.
It should occur to Rose, by the way, that the very secretive Winter King is fucking pumping her full of information.
Right? Yeah,
she's note of that mentally.
She is absolutely making a mental note of that, like, and wondering why he is doing
later on, he's gonna fucking call in on it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you know what? That's how you build good relations with the other courts. Fuck it.
She can tell that he's investing in her.
Emem, while she's talking to Nikolai, is watching. Not Emem. Lynn is watching them as she talks to Nikolai, like, asking who they are and such.
Which is absolutely what she wants because of her goal that she's trying to go for, being a legate of Miss for Autumn. So
The thing that people would start to pick up about Tom is that they're starting to realize that he's always been here. Like it strikes as a new face, but then they realize that he's actually just always been there, just in the shadows and like kind of like ingratiating himself in small places. Like he was the bartender at one of the bars. He was like a mechanic at one of like the shops.
Jeez, he's like fucking, well, for lack of a better term, a man of many faces.
Yes, he is. He's a jack of all trades and a master of none. And now they're starting to realize, hey, that's my barber.
That's fantastic. Yes.
And so he'll smile at them. You should probably talk to Claudio again.
Yeah.
A couple of the random children are humming Kiss the Girl.
I think you may have gotten off on the wrong foot.
Indeed. She bites her lips softly.
I see little Lady Fauntleroy over there. Throwing his head over it. I forgot the character's name, Nanika. Amelia, that's it.
She goes by Emily for short.
Yeah, he tosses his head over at Emily.
Rose will look over.
That's Emily.
She's very exuberant, as I was saying in the other game. We'll use it here. Like, she has a calming aura, but it's very bright and cheerful, which is very odd because you know she's a darkling.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a very long cane, which, if you want to roll a perception, you can for details about it.
Sure.
And she's not as friendly and respected by everyone, it seems, but people know her. And she's very flamboyant, like she's talking loud and noble-like about all the parties she has planned for each court's change. Like she throws a big event at the beginning of summer for summer. Halloween, she'll throw a big Halloween party for autumn quarters, etc.
Awesome. So, perception is wit's composure, right?
Yes.
Remembered. I got 1 success.
Was it a 10?
Nope, an 8.
Okay. You will notice there's the head of it looks almost like a twisted, very large, angelic figure made of silver, which it's got the same matching yellow jewel in the eyes of it as her necklace, the moon piece, does. When as soon as she sees you new faces, though, she way over. Oh, hello. She sees them at my highness, to talk.
He'll smile.
How are you getting along with the Winter Queen?
Mon petit, I'm getting along perfectly.
She looks over at Rose and she goes, "Ma chérie," and offers her hand out to her.
She will take her hand.
She'll kiss it. And, such soft beauty in autumn is nice and refreshing.
She'll smile.
Flirt.
She'll look over at Tom. You wound me. Oh my!
He'll lean across the bar and he tilts his head, like so fucking precious, and says, "You only wish
You couldn't
Oh.
your boy.
I'm still so married. I'll kiss her neck.
I'm just half expecting Tom's husband to come flying in one of these days.
He'll nibble her earlobe for a second. He says, "You do have one thing going for you. It's certainly a turn on for me."
Is it my?
Oh, I love it when somebody is both a lord and lady. And he'll sit back.
Only you are accepting as some of the other gentlemen I've met.
No, I'm hardly a gentleman, dear. Come on, don't insult me.
My heart was so wounded when I went to visit to New York. I met a lovely man, as soon as he saw I had both.
No, what was his name? I may know him.
Oh, what was his name? Oh, see, I do not remember Nelson.
Is that Kavi?
I don't remember. It was one of his fucking changelings over there.
Yeah, she'll say the name and he'll put a hand over his mouth like, I'm sorry, I don't prefer the company of children.
Oh, wait, what? He told me
I
he
hope
was.
that's a given.
She gets a very angry look.
He smiles.
Apparently. So, he goes back to focusing on Rose. Ma chère, how long are you in the field for?
I don't plan on leaving, so indefinitely.
It's very nice to see little Morgan trusting someone. And biting people's a new one for her. Just being around Nikolai. She says that loud enough for the Monarch to hear.
Yeah, he looks over.
She'll just smile and do like the Toodles fingers at him.
Oh my god.
At her playfully, like.
The dangers of being courtless, eh?
Nikolai will look back over. One day I'll get you. One day I will get you. One day.
Sweetheart, if you got me, I would break you.
He just shifts.
Rose takes a step back.
And he runs at her. And he tackles her. And he licks her face.
He manages to tackle her, but doesn't notice she and I brought the cane between them.
And he'll nuzzle her and lick her face, lick your makeup off a little bit.
Makeup. No, she smiles, sits up, pats him on the head. Sweet, sweet.
He'll actually, while he's in wolf form, his ears will perk and he'll remember that Little Red Riding Hood is in the room. He kind of crouches low to the ground and he'll start stalking near the Summer Queen again. Stalk.
The next thing you see is bright ass like summer green leaves flying everywhere. She turns around and shoots him with a water gun.
He howls like, holy well, fuck, woman, you holy water. Why?
Rose laughs, putting a hand over her mouth.
Like, he'll turn back to human and rub his face. Like, why? It burns. It burns. It burns.
Father Tom asked me to. It's all Red says.
He'll walk over to her and he'll like push her a little bit and he'll wrap his arms around her and give her a hug. Like playfully.
She'll pat his arm, whisper something to him so no one else can hear. You're in public.
Later. So getting it later for that.
You have to catch me in the woods first.
He bites her shoulder.
He gets squirted again.
Ow! That's not my eyes! Not my eyes! Little curls of smoke rising off his skin as it burns, like ah!
Ms. Rose, very hyper, aren't they?
She'll nod, indeed.
Kind of when you're taken by the same keeper. And motioning between Nikolai and the Red Queen.
Ah, I see.
There are some that Tom will say. There are some that say that they're brother and sister.
I heard they're father and daughter. I don't know though. Some of those looks they exchange, and she like does this weird gesture with her fingers, and then bites her thumb. Little intimate.
He's a Petrova. Come on. He'll just roll his eyes. Like,
Those are some real men. My father would probably allow me back in the family if I brought the Petrova home.
Oh my god! Rose just cracks up laughing like,
right.
oh wow.
No.
Wow.
That courtless patron of theirs. Oh my god. He fans himself. Enough to melt my summer heart. No, look, wow, winter. Winter.
For Petrova is all she says. Watch, knowing our luck with the fact we also have 4 viewers, we have someone who controls a Petrova watching, or John. Yeah, oh, look, to the Petrova film. Salem. Fucking Petrovas.
Fucking Petrova.
Fucking Petrova.
Oh, Zeris.
Not my fault. You brought him in, not me.
I should warn you of, though. She says, patting Rose's hand. I do not wish to scare you, though. She looks at Tom. Oh, what is it in America called? The women
restraining order?
No. The women get naked and you throw your money at them.
Strip joint.
Yes. One of Lucy's exes, who is not one of us, works there. Very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Hungry.
She'll nod.
He was in our asylum for a while trying to drown little Dawn.
Oh my.
She's still alive?
Yes.
Oh my god, I thought he killed her.
No.
Wait, if that wasn't who he murdered, who did he murder? Oh, look at her.
He murdered Magda, I believe is his sister. He killed her boyfriend.
That's right.
And
the child.
You others around here, including the old Spring King.
Oh, right. That whole thing about him being a serial killer. I forgot.
Oh,
what is his name?
Serial killer. He was a pedophile. He was very open about it. Everyone else who tried to attack him or arrest him were swept up by his fury and desire flames. It was
Tom will look at Rose because he heard her, and he said, "We're talking about the old Spring King. His name is Alexander, and Lucio came into town and, well, cleaned up his mess. Except the thing is nobody realized Lucio was just as bad as him."
She'll nod.
I often think the Mel's mantle for Spring King is cursed.
He'll nod.
Insane after wearing it, or become some sort of ravaging addict. Desire is all good. You can't control it. You are weak.
He'll lean in, and and he's being sincere. He's not fucking around. He says, it could be sitting in the crown itself. And he'll kind of dart his eyes over at the Spring Queen.
Tom is so hard to get rid of her.
He's not trying to get rid of her. It's just that he feels that I'll explain his motivation out again.
Yeah.
It's that he feels that she has this shield around her of impenetrable, basically perfection. And
that's what she represents.
Exactly. And that being the Winter Queen or King and being about loss, he'd like to see that break a little bit around her. So it's not that he's gunning for her. It's just that he'd like to see her not have that stability.
Emily kind of closes her eyes for a moment. You should visit her, Tom, at her work. I am not saying as a client, but you and her really should talk at some point.
If I wanted to talk to her, I would do it outside of her work, not in her work, where she feels she has to wear a mask.
Oh, she does not always wear a mask.
Well, then she must not be very good at her work.
Emily
Rose chuckles at that, like, touche.
doesn't need to wear a mask always because she is top. What's a nice way? This bitch. She is top bitch.
I'm going to teach you something about quote unquote top bitch. There is no top bitch. He'll air quote again. When you think you've become top bitch, someone, somewhere, will replace you.
She grins. A secret then, since I love the drama of you reporters. That woman has never loved anyone romantically. Pats his shoulder and walks off.
Oh, look at Rose. See? He did that specifically, basically, to prove his point.
She'll nod.
No one here. No one. Well, me, but I'm. What do the children call it nowadays? Woke? Like her quote again.
She chuckles. I do see.
He's not sure where, but a voice whispers, hipster.
I think that that's why everyone looks down upon Lucio Vargas so much. He, of all the monarchs, possibly including myself, is the most human.
She nods.
See, that's inherently the problem. The monarchs have become fantastically out of touch with their humanity.
As you're talking, by the way, you will notice the Winter Queen has gotten up with Antonin. They have a very small bundle of blankets she's carrying in her icy arms as she walks out toward the bathroom.
And the worst part is, they don't want to listen. And he'll look back at her.
Voice whispers, how many monarchs did you see? To Rose and Tom, by the way. They do not know where this voice is coming from. It literally pops up at different places around them.
What did it say? How many monarchs what?
How many monarchs can you see?
Rose will take a look around.
Are you trying to identify them by mantle or face?
Yes.
Yes.
The answer is
go into the bathroom with what now you assume is a baby because it started crying.
Mm-hmm.
You see the Red Queen talking to Nikolai.
Mm-hmm.
You see the Spring Queen has gotten up and is talking to Amaya of Duscourt, which is an odd mix. Johnny's probably laughing with steeple fingers. Everyone has a picture, not a picture, a chair they were sitting in that was assigned. But Dawn's chair was empty the whole time. The Dawn Court was the only one not present. And as far as you can tell, there are Dawn Quarters here, but they all look equal in mantle.
Okay.
And if you need to roll any of your knowledge or anything, I'm not sure what the roll would be. Johnny would probably know anything about another court's mantle. I can tell you after you do your roll.
Is a cult.
It's a cult? Okay.
Colts, which I have a dot of. Yay.
So it'd be wits or intelligence with a cult.
Same dice
wits.
pool for either one.
Okay.
Oh, I got 3 10s on that. Holy shit.
Reroll all of them, but so far 3 successes.
Oh, yep. 3 successes so far.
I'll be right back, by the way. I have to be.
I'll wait till you get back to tell it then, because you will like this.
And one more 10. I got one more 10, so that's 4 successes so far.
I'm keeping a finger count. Finger.
Oh, okay. Just 4 successes. But still.
So I can repeat it when Johnny comes back and just let you squee and freak out right now.
Okay.
Or you can inform Johnny of what you know when she gets back. Or we can wait for her.
Tell me now.
What you know about Dawn Court is their ruler's monarch can actually hide their mantle. It is not visible until their time of ruler. Dawn Court is during the dawn hours, sunrise.
Right. So most people would never see.
They wouldn't even look like they were in a court. And if they did, it would be a very weak mantle, very low rank.
She kind of blinks.
This will be fun for you to explain to Johnny later.
Right? Like, she wonders if Emily was the Dawn Queen. Since they appear courtless when it's not their ruling hours.
I also am going to be using this to set up some plot. We'll use this overlay for now since she's an emissary for the courtless.
Ooh.
That's a license that works in the morgue.
Yes.
Yeah, she calls Walter's character Senpai. Her name's Hisoka. Whenever Johnny gets back, she's totally flicking the beat. Oh shit! Wait, we just got more viewers. Hi, viewers. We're on a temporary break while we wait for a player to come back.
Yes. Play cue Jeopardy music. Do 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 do.
If you can't tell what I watched the last
I just want to say out of character, I love the amount of politics in this scene. Like, yes.
I've been
my character
politics scene, and I haven't gotten to do one in a year. So,
and I bring in a very politically motivated character, so you're welcome.
Totally got everyone's politics boner going.
Absolutely.
So, how do you like the Summer Queen during her time of rulership?
Yes, she's amazing. I love her.
Not too strict or too lenient?
No, she seems appropriately explosive.
That she's just tired of Vargas' shit because she had to clean up after him for like 3 times.
It was so good.
And Mim is just very quiet. She likes to watch people, but she'll eventually talk to you. The Spring Queen is eventually going to even work her way over to you.
Fantastic.
I'm giving you a chance to kind of meet all the big name NPCs and all that.
Yay.
Hey guys, go on without me for now. I'll be right back, okay?
We have been.
Oh, okay, good.
Say, Ahsoka for a little while. She's reported to the Monarchs, and now she's decided to introduce herself. She goes, Miss Black?
She looks and nods.
Hello, I'm Ahsoka. I'm one of the emissaries from the courtless to speak with the courts.
She'll smile to her and hold her hand out to shake it.
I believe you'll be starting a home for the parentless.
Indeed, yes, I am.
Any medical help, and they're too, she does air quotes, different for the hospital, you can come and talk to me and Dr. Aaron Smith. We run a small after-night health clinic.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
If you can't call me, you can always find me at the police station. I work in the morgue.
She smiles. That definitely doesn't bother me.
Yes. Now, if only we could keep Nikolai out of my bones down there. I'm waiting for Johnny to facepalm when she comes. In fact, why don't we take a real quick break while they chat? Because I have to take a leak myself real fast. I will be right back.
Okay, sure. Yep.
If you want to give a nice description or grab a drink or anything, we will be right back.
Yep. After these messages, we'll be right back.
I'm back.
Me too.
Where are we? Are we still in the same setup?
Yes, back. Go ahead and fill her in about what you discovered with the question of how many monarchs do you see?
Okay, so um Rose looks to Tom and she's like, everyone but the Dawn Monarch was present. But from what I remember, when I learned of the different courts, that the Dawn's mantle doesn't manifest during their non-ruling hours. So just because they weren't in their seat doesn't mean they weren't here.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to pretend that I know what you're talking about, even if I don't, because it makes me look smarter.
She'll smile and nod.
Hisoka's still standing backwards. Hello, you must be the new king.
No wave.
I'm Hisoka, the emissary from the courtless.
Oh. He just smiles at her.
As I was telling Miss Rose here, is Dr. Aaron Smith and I tend to, those two different, to go to the hospital during day hours. And that if she can't reach me on the phone, she can always find me at the police station.
When she says Aaron Smith, it's as though a thought crosses his mind. It's all right there. You can see it in his eyes. He zones out for a second and smiles and then looks back at her.
Rose raises an eyebrow.
Someone beeped. Why you beeping on me?
I'll beep on you all day. I'm gonna beep on your face.
Oh my.
Does he always look like that? Is all she asks Rose.
Oh, I'm just thinking of how much that man has lost and how much I love it. Oh God, I could eat it with Chianti.
She'll
Yeah.
nod and she'll say, I believe that he would be always like this, yes.
What is the doctor lost? Can we help him?
Some things can never be returned, dear girl. Like dignity. Also, he married into the Vargases? Come on.
What's wrong with the Vargases?
Everything that could ever be written into a DSM.
She, at this point, pulls out a little notebook and a pen, and she goes, "Give me every detail so I may."
Oh, he starts? He starts? We're gonna have to bring a new character in? Because this one ain't shutting up.
Oh my.
Scribble,
Well,
scribble.
better find somebody else to talk to because this one got busy. He will start and he'll keep going. He'll wave Rose off like later. We'll talk later.
Yep. She's like, yeah, that's gonna take a while. She'll read the notes later. Like
Does see another autumn courier.
Oh,
there.
More autumn quarters.
Mm-hmm. There is an autumn courier there.
Oh my God, he is so beautiful. Why did I not know about him?
God, you know about him.
How did I not know about him?
Been in like a couple of scenes with him.
I had an overlay for him when I was scening with him.
Oh my. Well, there he is. He's just sitting there.
Well, Rose.
She'll notice the other autumn courtier and walk up to him.
He'll smile at her.
He'll smile back. Hello, I am Rose Black.
I'm boy Sharada.
She'll hold her hand out.
Kiss it.
Smile.
I know this might be a very forward thing to say upon first meeting, but your skin is exquisite.
Thank you. You are not the first person to say that, nor will you be the last.
May I? He'll raise his hand.
Sure.
He'll touch her cheek. She gets the feeling this is in no way, shape, or form sexual.
Yeah, no, like he just genuinely, yeah, no, she's fine with it too. Like
a hint, if I may. And he'll kind of fish through his bag and he'll pull out a makeup wipe. And
she'll
he'll
nod.
And he'll tell her like take her lipstick off.
Takes it off.
Your tone, your lipstick, and he'll pull out like a little compact and a small like lip brush.
Mm-hmm.
Your tone, your compact, your I'll go ah.
She opens her mouth.
Should not wear orange-based color. They don't flatter your skin tone. You need cool tones, like the chill of the autumn air. And he's very delicately applying a new lipstick on her.
Yes.
And he'll line her lips and very gently put a new lipstick on her, and then turn the mirror. He put like this beautiful, deep, like just berry lipstick on her that almost looks kind of like blood, except not. Like it's dark.
Oh God, yes. She looks at that and she goes, "That's amazing."
Well, aren't you the prettiest little rainbow in November?
She'll smile.
He'll pull out something else and he'll touch her jaw and very carefully start doing eyeliner on her. Fuck, I'm going to work.
Yep, and she's just fine with it. This motherfucker's giving me a makeover. I love it.
He'll smile at oh my God, Harlequin as she walks up. Hello.
Mr. Radic, are you behaving yourself? Not everyone here can be your doll.
Oh, he'll look at her like that's not true.
Look, I am perfectly fine with it.
Yes, but we don't need him walking over to, like, the Winter Queen offering her beauty tips.
No, the Winter Queen is perfect, and I could do nothing to accentuate her.
Silver tongue.
Oh, so pretty.
Speaking of that, the Winter Queen has returned with her little bundle of joy, now quiet again.
Aw.
Eyeshadow.
Yes, and she is very cooperative, maneuvering, closing her eyes, opening them, whatever he needs her to do.
It's very clear that if this is not this man's career, it should be.
Absolutely, right?
But he is, in fact, a makeup artist.
So, how long do you think this little rabble of get-together will be going on, Miss Rose?
I imagine until everybody gets tired of each other and decides to leave.
Generally, it's her that leaves first, motioning to Lynn. In spring, because usually they have to go clean something up.
She nods.
Like things close to. How long do you think you can work without being distracted?
Me?
Yes. I want to play a game.
I master artiste at what I do. Can you not? Yes, I can work distracted. Dear, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to never, ever, ever wear a foundation that matches your tone this closely again, because out. I'll say to her.
Not okay.
The way the shadows fall on your face. You have such delicate bone structure. You need something that is just a touch lighter.
Okay.
I'm getting you foundation drops.
She's very interested and she's taking all of his advice and she's not offended by any of it. Like,
he's a fucking muse.
oh, absolutely. She's a muse. She's inspired the fuck out of him.
He's like, it's a muse. I'm playing with her.
I would love to go into his head and see what he fears, but I feel like I'll delay that a little longer.
You know what I'm afraid of?
What?
Copper undertones.
That
she
is some
kind of
scary
swirls a piece of her straw-like colored.
There are no good foundations outside of Fenty for women of color. They'll just nod. To make my own drops whenever I have anything darker than a paper bag sitting in my chair. It's terrible. And I own a makeup line. I really need to work on inclusivity.
She will nod. You own a makeup line, huh?
Indeed I do. It's called Beauty Destroyed.
Oh, wow. Love it.
You've probably seen it at Sephora.
I'm sure that I have, yes.
That being said, walking into Sephora is like walking into a bank when you have a blank check.
Mm-hmm.
You just never know where you're going to land.
Mm-hmm. She will nod. Indeed.
Harley Quinn's rolled her eyes, muttering, "Fuck Sephora."
What, are you an Ulta girl?
He's an Ulta girl. She's a CVS girl. Look at the chalkiness on her.
Walmart. She shops at Walmart.
Target. Except she calls it Target.
What's wrong with my skin?
Target.
What's wrong with your skin? Your foundation looks like it came off of a cliffside in England.
She takes his hand and puts it against her cheek to show she's not actually wearing any makeup.
Oh, you're fucking keeper.
Oh, your keeper shops at Target.
More like a group I joined. It beats the burlap sack over my head.
Oh
Tell my
my.
fishy kissy lips at Harlequin. Love me.
She opens her mouth some and shows her little jagged teeth. Are you sure?
My God, I'm so turned on right now.
Shall
I could apply.
scream for you?
I could apply her brow liner with my dick from here.
Rose laughed.
No,
Oh my God.
but when I do wear makeup, I prefer to order online. It's faster, easier. I don't have to deal with people making ginger comments.
But tell me, do the carpet some design.
She leans very close to Radix' ear and whispers.
Oh,
just a little bit.
Oh, a lot.
At least from what I've seen down your pants when you weren't looking.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
I have
I
spent.
had an accident when I was a child. I'll just say.
Oh.
So, Morgan's mom, that's what a lot of people are going to know you by for a long time.
She'll nod. I know.
Until you get married, and then whoever you marry consumes your identity.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll be whoever's wife.
You'll be Radix' wife someday. I just know it.
What? I'm sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll shrug. There's a certain beauty to Rose Raddick. No, actually, that is terrible. Rose Raddick. That sounds like a WWE wrestler.
That sounds horrible.
He'll touch her. We're just gonna have to keep to fucking. Tenderly kiss her nose.
So, which one of you want to escort me to do a job for Autumn Court?
We can't both.
You both can go. Morgan will sort of
Wait.
safe if she stays behind us unless you have someone to watch her. It's just a cleanup job.
I mean, I'm here.
She chuckles. 3 of us are bound, and it's not like we're going in the hedge for this cleanup job.
How do you feel about false lashes? He'll tilt his head looking at her. He's listening to her, but he also asked that.
To Rose?
Yeah. Or is that too much for right now?
I don't think that. I think false lashes might make me look a little bit like a drag queen.
Right now or in general?
I believe false lashes would actually make you look more ghetto than the posh look you have right now.
No false eyelashes.
Oh, damn. He'll just pull out one of those pump you up fucking mascara.
Yeah, the volumizer.
And then
everybody's starting to kind of wind down and leave. I'm sure Lucia's hiding out somewhere, waiting on Claudio.
He so went home, but he puts he'll turn the mirror and show her this. He did this makeup on her without the eyelashes. Hold on, like that.
Oh God, yes. Shit.
Had a makeup orgasm.
She looks amazing.
Yeah, he'll smile at her. And voila.
Wow.
Harlequin, though, gets up and she goes, so, shall we?
Shall we? What? Don't you actually want me to go and do something for the court?
Yes, I need some muscle.
Excuse me, I'm trying to hit on this lovely woman. Unlike most of the men in this court, je suis speak bisexual. That'll snap at her.
He looks over at Rose, wraps an arm around Rose's shoulders, and goes, "Don't you want to see where Morgan's two best friends used to live?"
Yes, I do.
Right now?
And we can kidnap Radic because we need to do cleanup at those two best friends' house.
Oh. Why do you actually want me to work for the court?
She looks at Radic. Because if you do this, I'll give you one of the fall escorts to be a doll for you for a week.
He comes closer. Okay.
It's good to be a puppet, is all she says and keeps walking.
He follows along like that.
So Rose will go ask somebody to keep an eye on Morgan for her for a little bit.
Imem actually agrees to it. So
Right,
she
cool.
has no problem watching her, especially since Morgan's sitting right beside Imem holding the baby right now.
Right? Yeah. So, like, I've got to do something for the court. Will you please keep an eye on her until I get back?
Imem will actually give her cell phone number, which Antonin keeps a hold of for her when she's like this.
Awesome.
And will give her address and tell her they'll probably take Morgan out for dinner since it is getting a little late.
Okay. That sounds good. I'll call you when I'm done.
Where Harley takes you to, Johnny knows the place OC, is actually a trailer park. A very rundown looking trailer park. And the closer you get to the front door, the stronger this weird decaying smell is.
She wrinkles her nose.
God, this smells like the orphanage I grew up in. I'll rub his nose.
When you guys get inside, there's a purple-haired teenage-looking girl leaning against a counter. She's got a really strong autumn cord. She looks like she's been crying. And she's like rapidly tapping her fingers. She's like, I didn't mean to. Meet one of Morgan's big sister types. We call her Weave.
I'll walk over to her.
Didn't Nisa do the makeup for her wedding?
I don't know. I don't remember, actually. Oh. So I got called back to Salem just for a meeting, and turned out it was one of my uncles. Things went south. He's in the bedroom.
Did he die? Am I doing funeral makeup today?
Just get rid of the body, please. I don't need my brother coming back from playing at the park to see this.
Get rid of the body. What do I look like? I'm a makeup artist.
Oh my handing a hacksaw.
Oh God! It's just because I can bench 200, isn't it? It'll just
look. For me, I will give you a collection of magazines my mother modeled in when I was younger.
Oh my God! And he just goes and walks in the room.
Thank you. I could help.
Welcome.
Rose follows because she wants to look at the.
He'll shrug off his suit jacket.
You're not sure what happened. He has like a festering bite mark across his neck, and it's black and oozing yellow and green pus, and his face is like hollowed out, and there's like blackish red blood flowing out of his mouth and eyes.
So Nisa takes his phone out and he takes a picture of it, and he's like, I needed exactly that look for an SF.
Continue. And his mouth is completely foamed over.
Well, aren't you glad you tagged along?
Well, I tagged along for you, but okay.
Reading until we're done working. Miss Rose, there are gloves in the drawer. Miss Weave, what did we talk about getting your bodily fluids on others? She's like, I know, but with a knife.
You did this and you want me to clean it up?
I'm gonna help. She still has the hacksaw on hand.
Jesus Christ, Captain America.
Sorry, the girl says. Harley Quinn like sighs and she goes, Weave is a venom bite. They're highly toxic. Think like a spider combined with a king cobra. And Pat's reading on the back. I think we lost Johnny. They've gone so quiet.
No, I'm right here.
Oh.
Okay. So Weave kneels down with hacksaw in hand, and she goes, if you want an apron or anything, there's some in the closet.
I'll just burn the suit.
I like how resigned Rating sounded at that point.
Whatever. He's in a fucking scene. Niso sounds fucking resigned, okay?
She takes
the bullshit he's gotten pulled into over the years.
At least my husband didn't get pulled into it this time. Smiling at Harley.
He just looks over at her. What have you been doing in town? I thought you lived in New York now.
I do. I got a phone. I called back to Salem. I wanted to see what was going on, and it turned out to be one of my dad's brothers.
Oh my God.
He proceeds to start sawing at one of the legs. Don't worry, it's no love lost.
So are they just mantling the body right now? Is that what they're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This motherfucker is smart and goes for the teeth and fingerprints.
Right?
So I should tell you something about Niso, by the way.
Grins at Radic, and she's like, okay. I mean, I was just going to put him in the acid that Harley has at her house, but that works too. Harley goes, I do a lot of dirty work for Autumn Court, and like pulls a very long, very sharp looking knife out and proceeds to start making sure he has no implants of any kind. She smashes his cell phone, takes the Sims card out too, and makes sure it's double smashed, like slices his eyeballs out. Any kind of markers are being taken off of him, just in case it doesn't burn. I love how we've dropped to one viewer describing this.
Well, you know, it's hashtag just autumn things. You know.
So they proceed to dismantle the body. They put the body in the acid. They take the clothes, the wallet, everything, burn it completely. Harley tells Weave she needs to stay with you two until the taxi comes to take her back to New York, go to the diner or something and grab dinner. Harley's going to clean house. You're not quite sure what she means by that fully, because there's quite a few things in her hands that some make sense, some are confusing. The trash trailer, as I described Weave's old house. Weave begs her not to actually burn it down, though, because that is still her family home she grew up in and her brother grew up in. And Harley's like, I thought you were scared of this place. And the teenager's like, I am, but still, keep it. Of course, out of character, Johnny knows why the teenager wants to keep it. There are other bodies that don't need to be found yet. So, the teenager is standing around with you guys going, so what should we do while this burns and Harley's busy?
Let's touch each other on the butts and pretend we like it. Niso says.
Pretend?
Oh my, he'll wrap an arm around her.
She kind of glances around. My brother has a clubhouse over there by that tree if you guys need a moment alone.
Starts pulling her.
She'll stop him. She's like, no, that won't be necessary.
Oh, right here. Okay, we'll start taking him aside.
No, oh my God. Jeez, at least buy me dinner first. God.
Okay, fine. Let's pretend we're doing it. Where do you want me to take you to dinner?
You see me pull out a very small glass vial and spit into it, put a little cork into it, and hand it to Rose.
He'll smile at her and he'll actually touch her cheek and he'll say, I have a feeling You have your eyes on someone else. I'm just playing with you.
Oh
She
my.
gives him a guilty look.
Weave kind of grins. Who does Rose have a crush on?
I don't know.
Come on, I'm not going to be in town that long. Somebody give me some gossip before I go back to New York. They won't. New York's autumn court sucks over there.
Okay, how about this? We'll play a game. We'll name 3 people, and if we get it right, you have to tell us if we're right or not.
Okay.
Okay, Tom.
No.
No. God damn it. The one, the Spring Queen. The Spring Queen.
Weave yells.
What?
We've yelled out her guess as Lucio.
Oh God,
yeah,
no.
Lucio. Lucio,
No. She shakes her head. No.
Okay.
Oh, don't tell me.
Nikolai.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
She
okay,
shakes her head. No.
Oh, none of it. Well, I struck out the park. I have no. Look at me.
Okay, can I ask one question? Male or female? Weave says.
Male.
Father Dom.
Back in New York. I don't think he's here.
Ooh.
Mr. Claudio.
God, that man is beautiful.
So they see her kind of light up a little bit when she mentions Claudio.
Oh my!
Wait, Claudio's back in town?
Yes. Oh,
yes.
Here. I want to go say hi to him before
he's been he's been assigned to Lucio.
He's the new winter. He's the new spring consort.
Wait, Lucio Vargas, the same one that I sent pictures of my tits to 2 years ago to get him to leave me alone.
You know. Wow. Yes, that one. That very one.
I want to see Claudio, but I don't want to deal with him.
I think Lucio left. I don't think that he's here anymore.
Not like left.
He didn't not left the city or left the earth, but he's like not.
I don't believe he has said. You know,
I think Lindsay dropped.
I'm gonna keep talking. Yeah, he's like, I don't think you just said you fuck life. Now that I'm Lucio's number 2.
Let's go. Let's go see Claudio before I have to leave.
Okay, let's go. No, poor him. But put Weave's overlay up for Lord.
About if I not accidentally X out of the window. Holy shit.
I have her overlay out again.
I know you do because you made her overlay. Sadly, I don't have her full overlay. I just have her update picture for after she got married.
No, I have her full straight up overlay. I'll send it to you. Hold on. Sweet. Although in general in life, look in my albums folder, under my photos for the overlays, and you actually have a ton in there for your characters.
Sweet. Yeah, so they go, and she's like banging on the spring court area's front door.
Seeing that he has been hard at work. Niso, by the way, had to take off. But he'll open the door and he'll smile at her.
So many drugs he had to throw out. She tackle hugs him.
They'll catch her.
I missed you so much. You left me so alone.
I know, didn't I, though?
The husband's busy with working. Bobby's doing good in school. Assholes in autumn quarter. Assholes. No offense to Rose.
She shakes her head and untaken.
He's just swinging her around and he'll spin her.
How I know Claudia? This man gave me away at my wedding.
Yes, I did. And he'll hug her.
I'm only in town for a few hours. I had a thing to take care of.
No. He'll hold her hands. He'll kiss her hands like they were.
But I set up Skype, she says.
Oh.
So
I've been so alone these last couple of months.
You have Lucia Vargas. How are you?
Oh!
Laughing. Speaking of which, is he being punished right now? Can I watch?
Oh my god, no.
Oh.
I'm not saying he's not being punished. I'm saying you can't watch.
That's no fun.
Were it up to me, I would be doing the same myself, but I have no one to do it to, so...
Well, a little secret about the Spring Queen. She does switch if you ever wanted something to hit.
I would never... I'm gay, remember? He bats his eyelashes.
It?
Hmm?
You don't have to have sex with it to hit it.
I know that.
Rose just kind of laughs. Like, oh my
If the
But this time, I want to
alive-
have sex so that when I hit it, he just bites his lip.
God.
we need to get you a man. That's all she says to Claudio.
Oh, I know.
But I wanted to just say bye before I go. Have fun, Rose. Is all
Ah! Wait, what? He'll just shake his head.
Her brows go up like, what?
Bye, guys. He's gone.
A blanket rose?
Yeah.
Hi.
I figure that's also a good way to wrap up, is leaving
Oh
me alone.
my God, Weave. Jesus fucking Christ.
Rose.
We meet again.
Indeed we do.
Bite his lip.
Yeah, she bites hers too.
You want to come in and drink pink wine and watch Queer Eye?
Yes, I do.
I'll grab her and bring her in.
Yes.
And with that, the scene will end as it fades early as she dips the last of the body into a vat of acid and mumbles about how she loves her job and hates it sometimes. So good evening, good morning, good afternoon. This has been a wonderful scene. I hope all of you viewers who have come and left repeatedly have enjoyed it. And if you didn't, then you should really not be watching. And we hope you come again.